So I kind of implied this in the last examples, but it says a rational exponent is an exponent that's a fraction. Just kind of like I did fourth root, I made it into the 1/4 power. So if you're raising a number to the m over n power, it implies that you're taking the nth root and then raising it to the mth power. Or you can do the other way, vice versa, where you're doing the mth power, then taking the nth root. My advice is take the root first. You'll see why. So on this one, I want to make a slight adjustment. The parentheses I didn't put them where I wanted to. So let's make this into negative 32 in parentheses first, then raise to the 3/5 power. So as I said, the denominator is your root. So this is saying we're taking the 5th root of negative 32 and then raising it to the 3rd power. Or what you could do is do negative 32 to the 3rd power and then take the 5th root of that. Now, my advice is do the one over here on the left. The reason is, the one on the right, I'd have to do negative 32 to the 3rd. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know what that is off the top of my head. I do, however, know what the 5th root of negative 32 is. So what times itself, times itself, times itself, times itself one more time is negative 32. If you don't remember what that is, think about positive 32. Now, positive 32, the 5th root of that is 2. Negative 32, the 5th root of that is negative 2. So I simplified what's inside of parentheses, then I got to raise it to the 3rd power still. So then I have to do negative 2 times negative 2, which is positive 4, times negative 2, which is 8. Now, as I said, it'll work over here as well, but then you have to do negative 32 to the 3rd, and that one we can't do as easily in our heads. If you can, awesome. But if you're like me and you can't do it quickly in your heads, just try the other way. Let's take a look at one more example. 64 to the 4/3 power. So again, we can write this two different ways. We can write it as the 3rd root of 64, and that whole thing to the 4th, or we can write it as 64 to the 4th, and that whole thing we're taking the 3rd root. Again, 64 to the 4th is going to be a large number. It's a power of 2, which is not too awful, but I think we can do the one on the left a little easier. So the 3rd root of 64, that is just 4. Now we can raise 4 to the 4th power. 4 to the 4th power is just 256. And there you have it.